Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel Fun English Daily. Break your comfort zone in 60 seconds. No excuses. Imagine this. In just 60 seconds, your life could change forever. 1 minute. That is all it takes to make a choice that pushes you beyond your comfort zone. It might sound impossible, but think for a moment. How many times have you hesitated? How many times have you stopped yourself because of fear? What if instead you use those 60 seconds to do something bold, to act before doubt and fear could stop you? Today, we're going to explore how to do exactly that. We will talk about 13 powerful rules to help you break your comfort zone in just 60 seconds. This is your chance to challenge your limits and discover the strength inside you. When you live inside your comfort zone, you feel safe, but at the same time, you feel stuck. You feel like your life is on repeat day after day. Your comfort zone is warm and familiar, but it is also the place where dreams slowly die. It keeps you from trying new things, meeting new people, and growing into your best self. But the good news is that breaking free from it does not have to be a huge, impossible task. Sometimes all it takes is a few seconds of courage, a small step forward. Let's explore the rules that can help you do this. Rule 1. Count down from 5 and move. The first rule is simple yet powerful. When you feel fear or hesitation, silently count down from 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then move. Take action before your mind has time to stop you. This method is called the 5-second rule. It works because your brain is built to protect you from anything that feels uncomfortable or risky. The moment you feel an idea or a spark to do something brave, your mind will try to keep you safe by reminding you of all the reasons why you shouldn't act. It might tell you that you can embarrass yourself, that you might fail, or that it is better to wait. If you give your brain too much time, those doubts will get louder and stronger. But if you count down from 5 and move, you don't give fear enough time to take control. You act before hesitation can grow into something that holds you back. Think about the last time you were in a meeting, a classroom, or even in a group of friends. You had an idea, a question, or something to share. For a brief moment, you wanted to speak. But then, almost without thinking, your mind whispered, "What if it sounds silly? What if they don't agree? What if you get it wrong?" And so you stayed quiet. That moment passed, and with it, the chance to show your thoughts, your curiosity, and your courage. Now imagine doing it differently. The next time you feel that spark to speak, count down silently. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And just say it. Your voice might shake a little at first. Your heart might beat faster, but the words will come out. And once you do it, something powerful happens. You learn that you can survive that moment of fear. You learn that the world doesn't end just because you took a chance. Using the 5-second rule is not only for speaking up, you can use it when you need to get out of bed early in the morning, when you want to start exercising, when you need to send a message you've been putting off, or when you want to introduce yourself to someone new. Each time you count down and move, you build a habit of courage. It becomes easier over time because your mind starts to see action as your new normal. This simple countdown becomes your tool to break through hesitation in everyday life. Breaking your comfort zone is never about waiting until you feel ready, because most times you won't. It is about acting before doubt steals your chance. Each time you do, you take back control from fear and give it to yourself. It may feel scary at first, but with each step you become stronger and braver. Remember, it's just 5 seconds. 5 seconds that can turn hesitation into action, fear into courage, and an ordinary moment into one that could change your day or even your life. Try it, trust it, and watch how this small rule can create big change. Rule 2: choose discomfort every day. Comfort feels warm, safe, and familiar. It is a place where your daily habits live and where nothing challenges you. But while comfort may feel good, it quietly keeps your life small. Growth, learning, and real change never happen in the comfort zone. To truly break it, you must choose discomfort every day. This doesn't mean you must do something extreme or dangerous. It means you decide every single day to do at least one thing that feels a little scary, new, or uncomfortable. This could be as simple as starting a conversation with a stranger, asking a question in class or at work. Try a new exercise you've never done, or even waking up an hour earlier to work on your dreams. The goal isn't to create stress for yourself. The goal is to train your mind to see discomfort not as something to avoid, but as an opportunity to grow. Imagine your life as a circle. Inside that circle are all the things you know and feel comfortable doing. Outside the circle are things you've never tried, places you've never been, and skills you haven't learned yet. Every time you choose discomfort, even something small, that circle grows. At first, the new area feels scary and unfamiliar, but the more you step into it, the less frightening it becomes. Over time, what was once uncomfortable becomes your new normal. What was once impossible starts to feel possible. Your circle keeps expanding, and with it, your life becomes richer, more interesting, and more meaningful. Think about this. A person who never steps out of their comfort zone might live a life that looks safe on the outside, but inside, they often feel stuck, bored, or full of regret for the things they never tried. On the other hand, someone who chooses discomfort every day builds a life full of experiences, lessons, and growth. They still feel fear, but they act anyway, and with each small step, they build confidence in themselves and trust in their ability to handle challenges. Choosing discomfort daily doesn't have to be dramatic. You don't need to move to another country or speak in front of thousands of people right away. Real change happens through many small, brave steps. For example, if you feel nervous to share your ideas at work, start by speaking once in a meeting. If you're shy around new people, start by saying hello to someone at the store. If you've always wanted to write, begin with just a few sentences a day. These actions may feel tiny, but over time, they create a habit of courage. When you do this every day, something powerful happens. Your brain learns that discomfort is not a danger, but a signal that you are growing. You start to welcome the nervous feeling instead of fearing it, and slowly, you become someone who doesn't run from challenge but moves toward it. This is how real transformation happens, not in one big moment, but in many small choices made over days, months, and years. So make it your goal every day. Do at least one thing that feels uncomfortable. Keep track of your actions And notice how your world begins to change. Your comfort zone will grow, your confidence will rise, and your life will become bigger than you ever imagined all, because you chose discomfort again and again. Rule 3, stop waiting for the perfect moment. One of the biggest reasons people stay trapped in their comfort zone is because they keep waiting for the perfect moment. They tell themselves, I'll start when I feel ready, or I'll do it when the timing is better, when I have more time, more money, or more confidence. But here's the truth that most people learn too late. The perfect moment rarely comes. Life is always busy. You'll always feel a little unsure. And if you wait until every detail is right, you might end up waiting your whole life. While you wait, your dreams wait too. And sometimes those dreams fade away until they disappear completely, replaced by regret and the painful question of what could have been. Instead of waiting, you must learn to act in the moment you feel the idea, even if you feel nervous, even if you think you're not ready, especially if you think you're not ready. That is often a sign that you should move forward. Growth doesn't happen when you feel fully prepared, because feeling prepared comes from experience, and experience only comes from doing. Think about how people learn to swim. No one waits until they know exactly how to move their arms and legs on dry land. They get in the water, and step by step, splash by splash, they figure it out. They might swallow some water, feel scared, or make mistakes, but that is how they learn. The same rule applies to every area of life. Every time you wait, your mind will come up with new reasons why you shouldn't act. You will tell yourself that tomorrow is better, or next week, or next year. But tomorrow brings its own challenges, and the longer you wait, the stronger your fear becomes. Action is the only way to break this cycle. The moment you feel a spark, an idea, a desire, a curiosity, act within 60 seconds. It doesn't have to be a huge step. It could be as small as writing your idea down, sending a message, making a phone call, or signing up for a class. These small actions build momentum, and momentum is what keeps you moving forward. Even when fear tries to pull you back, perfection is an illusion. There is no perfect time, perfect plan, or perfect version of you. And chasing perfection often leads to doing nothing at all. Instead, choose progress over perfection. Choose movement over waiting. Each step you take, no matter how small, teaches you something and brings you closer to your goal. You'll discover strengths you didn't know you had, and learn lessons you could never learn by standing still. So the next time you find yourself waiting for everything to feel right, remember, life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Don't give your fear a chance to grow stronger. Act quickly, act bravely, and trust that you can figure things out along the way. Because in the end, it's not the perfect moment that changes your life. It's the moment you decide to move, ready or not. And that moment can happen right now. Action beats perfection every single time. Rule 4, use fear as a compass. Most people treat fear like a stop sign. The moment they feel afraid, they freeze, turn around, or run away. But what if fear wasn't meant to stop you? What if fear could actually guide you? Fear often appears not because something is wrong, but because something deeply matters to you. We feel nervous to speak in public because being understood is important. We feel afraid to try something new because we care about doing it well. If you didn't care about these things, you wouldn't feel fear at all. That is why fear can be a powerful compass pointing you toward the very things that can help you grow. Imagine your comfort zone as a circle around you. Everything inside the circle feels safe and familiar, but growth opportunity and your bigger life all lie outside that circle. Fear often appears right at the edge, marking the place where your comfort zone ends and your next level potential begins. Instead of seeing fear as a signal to stop, start seeing it as a sign that you're on the right path. Ask yourself, why am I afraid? Is this something I truly care about? If the answer is yes, that's a clue that you should step forward rather than step back. Think about moments in your life when you felt the most alive and proud. Maybe it was a time you spoke in class, even though your heart was racing. Maybe it was when you introduced yourself to someone new, tried something creative, or took a risk at work. Those moments were filled with fear, but they also led to growth, learning, and often unexpected joy. Fear itself isn't the enemy. The real danger is letting fear decide your actions and keep you stuck in the same place. Using fear as a compass doesn't mean you ignore every fear. Some fears protect you from real danger, like touching fire or stepping into traffic. But most of the fears that hold us back aren't about life and death. They're about rejection, embarrassment, or failure. These fears feel big, but they're not fatal. When you face them, you realize you're stronger than you thought. The next time fear whispers in your ear, don't try to silence it or pretend it isn't there. Instead, pause and thank it. Say to yourself, fear is showing me where I can grow. Then act within 60 seconds. Speak up. Take the first step. Sign up. Or simply move forward in a small way. By doing this, you train your mind to see fear not as something to run from, but as a signpost pointing toward your potential. Remember, if something makes you feel afraid because it matters to you, that's exactly why you should move toward it over time. This practice of listening to your fear and then acting anyway will transform it from a wall that blocks you into a compass that guides you. Let your fear show you the edge of your comfort zone, and then choose to step beyond it. Because just beyond that fear often lies your true strength, your hidden talents, and the life you really want to live. Use fear as your guide, and you'll discover a path to growth that you never thought possible. Rule 5. Visualize your brave self. Your mind can be your biggest enemy or your greatest ally. It holds your fears, doubts, and worries, but also has the power to build your confidence and courage. One of the most effective ways to break your comfort zone is to train your brain to see yourself as brave. This may sound simple, but it is very powerful. Every morning, take just 1 minute to imagine yourself doing something bold and courageous. Picture yourself speaking confidently in front of a group, making an important phone call you've been avoiding, or trying something new that excites and scares you. See yourself acting with calm and strength. Feel the confidence spreading through your body, your chest rising, your voice steady, and your smile bright. This daily practice helps prepare your mind for real moments of bravery. At first, this exercise might feel a little strange. You're asking your brain to imagine things that haven't happened yet. But here's an amazing fact. Your brain cannot always tell the difference between imagination and reality. When you visualize yourself acting bravely, your brain creates new pathways, almost like practicing in real life. This makes the actual moment feel less frightening because it becomes familiar. You begin to feel like you already know how to be brave, even before you take the first step. Visualization is not magic, and it won't do the work for you. It will not suddenly make fear disappear or make challenges easy. However, it makes courage feel more possible and less scary. When you see yourself succeed in your mind, your body and emotions start to follow. That moment of courage that once seemed huge becomes something you practiced. It lowers the walls of fear and builds a foundation of confidence that helps you take real action. The power of this practice grows with repetition. By spending just 60 seconds each day imagining your brave self, you build mental strength. Over time, you begin believing yourself more. You become someone who expects to act courageously, not someone who is shocked or frozen by fear. This mental rehearsal prepares you to handle difficult situations with calm and focus. Many successful people use visualization to reach their goals. Athletes imagine winning before a big game. Public speakers picture themselves delivering a strong speech. Artists see their work completed. You can use the same tool to build your courage and break your comfort zone. It's a simple habit, but it creates a powerful change in your mind. So start tomorrow morning. Find a quiet place. Close your eyes for a minute. See yourself as brave, strong, and confident. Feel what it is like to step outside your comfort zone and succeed. This little daily investment of time can transform how you face challenges. Remember, bravery starts first in the mind. Visualize your brave self, and soon you will act like that brave person in real life. Rule 6. Talk to yourself like a coach, not a critic. We all have an inner voice inside our minds. This voice talks to us all day long. For many people, this voice is harsh and critical. It says things like, "You can't do this," or "You're not good enough," or "You will fail." This negative self-talk keeps you small and stuck. It builds walls of doubt and fear that stop you from stepping outside your comfort zone. If you want to break free and grow, you need to change how you talk to yourself. Instead of being your own worst enemy, become your own best coach. Think for a moment about your best friend. Imagine they're nervous to try something new, like speaking in front of a group or applying for a new job. Would you tell them they are too weak or not smart enough? Of course not. You would encourage them. You would say, "You can do this. Just try. I believe in you." You would support them with kindness and belief. Now, imagine if you treated yourself the same way. What if you spoke to yourself with the same encouragement and care? This is the kind of self-talk that builds courage and confidence. Before you take any action, whether small or big, try to listen to your inner voice. If you notice criticism or doubt, stop and replace those words with coaching words. For example, instead of "I'm not ready," say, "It's okay to feel nervous. I'm going to try anyway." Instead of "I will fail," say, "Failure is part of learning. I will grow from this." These simple changes in the way you speak to yourself can make a huge difference. When you talk like a coach, you give yourself permission to make mistakes and keep moving forward. Courage is not about having no fear. It is about moving forward despite fear. Remind yourself of this truth whenever you feel scared or uncertain. Tell yourself, "I feel afraid, but I will act anyway." This kind of self-talk shifts your mindset from one of limitation to one of possibility. It helps you see challenges as chances to learn and grow, not as threats to avoid. The voice inside your head is very powerful. It can either lift you up or tear you down. Most people spend more time criticizing themselves than supporting themselves, often without realizing it. But by becoming aware of your inner dialogue and choosing to speak kindly, you start to change your relationship with fear and discomfort. You create a mental environment where courage can grow. Remember, a coach does not ignore mistakes, they learn from them. But a coach never gives up on player. Be that coach for yourself. Encourage yourself when things are hard. Praise your effort even when results are not perfect, and keep believing in your ability to take the next step. Talking to yourself like a coach, not a critic, is one of the most important habits you can build. It turns your mind from a barrier into a bridge that helps you cross from fear to courage. When you practice this every day, you will notice that breaking your comfort zone becomes easier. You will be kinder to yourself, more motivated, and ready to face challenges head on. Start today by listening carefully to your inner voice and choosing words that support your growth. You deserve your own encouragement as much as anyone else does. Rule 7. Celebrate small wins. Breaking your comfort zone is not about making huge, heroic moves every day. It's about taking small steps again and again, day after day. Each of these small steps matters. In fact, every little step forward deserves to be noticed and celebrated. You might wonder, why should I celebrate small things? Shouldn't I wait until I reach a big goal? The answer is simple. Celebration tells your brain this is good. Let's do more of it. When you celebrate small wins, your brain creates a positive connection between effort and reward. This makes it easier to take the next step outside your comfort zone. Imagine you just spoke up in a meeting. Even though your heart was beating fast and your hands were shaking, that was a brave moment. Pause for a second and say to yourself, well done. Smile, feel proud, or write it down and journal. Maybe you share your success with a friend or family member who supports you. These simple acts of celebration are powerful. They show your brain that you are rewarded for stepping outside your comfort zone, even if the step was small. Celebrating small wins builds confidence and motivation. When you recognize your efforts, no matter how tiny, you send a message to your mind that growth is something positive and enjoyable. Your brain begins to expect rewards for brave actions. This expectation encourages you to keep moving forward. Instead of fearing discomfort, you start to associate with success and progress. This makes the journey of breaking your comfort zone feel less scary and more exciting. Many people wait to feel proud until they reach a big achievement, like getting a promotion, finishing a project, or winning an award. But the truth is, waiting for these big moments can make you miss the power of daily progress. Growth happens in small things. Starting a new habit, try a new task, or simply choosing to act despite fear. Each of these moments is a step forward. Each deserves to be celebrated because each builds a path to bigger success. Celebration also helps you stay motivated when the journey feels hard, when you face setbacks or mistakes. Remembering your small wins can remind you that you are making progress. It keeps you moving, even when the goal feels far away. The more you celebrate, the more you fuel your desire to keep trying, learning, and growing. So make a habit. After every uncomfortable action, pause and celebrate. Say well done to yourself. Smile. Write it down. Share it with someone you trust. These small celebrations are like drops of water that fill a cup. Over time, they fill you with confidence and strength to break even bigger barriers. Remember, breaking your comfort zone is a journey made up of many small steps. Celebrate each one, because every time you step outside your comfort zone, you grow. And that growth, no matter how small, is worth celebrating. This habit will help you build courage day by day and turn small victories into a life of bigger achievements. Rule 8. Remind yourself why it matters. Sometimes, knowing what to do is not enough. You also need a strong reason, a powerful why, to push you forward when fear tries to hold you back. When you feel afraid or hesitate to step outside your comfort zone, remind yourself why it matters to take that step. What is the deeper reason behind your desire to grow? Maybe it's to build a better career, meet new people, or improve your health. Maybe it's to set a positive example for your children, or to live a life free from regret. Your why is the fuel that keeps your courage burning even when the path feels difficult. One of the most important things you can do is write down your reasons. Take time to think deeply about why breaking your comfort zone is important to you. Put those reasons on paper or in your phone. Keep this list where you can see it every day in your bedroom, on your bathroom mirror, or as a note on your phone screen. When you feel stuck or scared, look at your reasons. Let them remind you of the bigger picture and give you strength to act. Fear often tricks us into thinking that staying comfortable is easier or safer. But comfort only feels good for a moment. It can trap you in the same place, limiting your growth and opportunities. Regret, on the other hand, lasts a lifetime. When you choose not to act because of fear, you may later wonder, what if I had tried? What if I had taken that chance? This pain of regret can be much stronger than the temporary discomfort of facing fear. Your why turns discomfort into a purpose. Instead of feeling like fear is blocking your way, you start to see fear as a challenge that is worth facing. You remember that every uncomfortable step brings you closer to your dreams and goals. This mental shift is powerful because it helps you keep moving, even when fear is loud and strong. Think about your future self, someone who has already taken brave steps and grown stronger. What advice would that person give you right now? Probably something like, keep going. It's worth it. When you remind yourself why it matters, you are speaking to that future self. You are choosing to act for the person you want to become, not just the person you are today. So when you feel hesitation or fear, pause and look at your list of reasons. Let your why guide you like a beacon in the dark. It will give you courage and focus, and it will remind you that the temporary pain of discomfort is nothing compared to the joy of living a life you are proud of. Remember, comfort is easy but small. Growth is hard but big. When you remind yourself why it matters, you choose growth. You choose to live boldly and with purpose, and that choice will change your life. Rule 9, repeat, repeat, repeat. Breaking your comfort zone is not a one-time event or a quick fix. It is a practice, a habit that you build over time with patience and consistency. The very first time you choose to act despite fear often feels terrifying. Your heart races, your mind doubts, and your body may want to freeze or run away. But each time you repeat the action, something changes inside you. The 10th time you do it, the fear is still there, but it feels more manageable. You begin to understand that even though it is hard, it is possible. By the 100th time, acting bravely starts to feel natural. It becomes part of who you are, not just something you have to force yourself to do. This is why repetition matters so much. Courage is like a muscle. It gets stronger the more you use it. The more you practice stepping outside your comfort zone, the more your brain learns that courage is not something rare or unusual. It becomes normal. Each time you take a brave action, you send a message to your mind. This is safe. I can do this. Over time, your brain rewires itself to expect bravery instead of fear. This new wire makes it easier to face challenges. Even when your emotions tell you to stay inside your comfort zone, the path to growth is rarely smooth. You will fail, you will feel afraid, and sometimes you'll want to give up, but these moments are part of the process. In fact, it is especially important to keep going when you fail or feel afraid. These moments teach you resilience. They show you that courage is not the absence of fear or failure, but the choice to act anyway. Each time you repeat these acts of bravery, you build confidence, you build strength, and you build a habit that supports your growth. Think about any skill you have learned, whether it is riding a bike, learning a language, or playing an instrument. At first, it was hard and unfamiliar. You made mistakes and felt uncomfortable, but you kept practicing. You repeated the actions over and over until they became easy and natural. Building courage works the same way. You repeat small steps outside your comfort zone until courage becomes part of your daily life. The goal is not to become fearless. Fear is a natural feeling that will always be part being human. The goal is to learn to act despite fear, to build a habit where courage is stronger than hesitation. And the more you practice, the easier this becomes. You begin to trust yourself and your ability to handle discomfort. You become someone who moves forward even when it is hard. So keep going. Use these rules every day. Count down and move. Choose discomfort. Act even when you're not ready. Use fear as a compass. Visualize your brave self. Talk to yourself kindly. Celebrate your wins. Remind yourself why it matters. And most of all, repeat these actions again and again. The power of repetition will transform your life, turning small acts of bravery into a new way of being a brave, confident, and unstoppable you. Rule 10. Find a role model of courage. Sometimes the easiest way to find courage is not by looking inside yourself, but by looking at someone else first. Everyone needs a role model, a person whose bravery and strength inspire you to be better. Think about people you admire. They could be famous leaders like Martin Luther King Jr. or Malala Yousafzai, great athletes who face tough challenges, talented artists who created beauty from struggle, or even someone in your own family who showed quiet courage every day. When you study these people, notice how they speak, how they act, and how they keep going even when they feel afraid or fail. The most important lesson is that these role models were afraid. Just like you, they had moments of doubt and fear, but they chose to act anyway. A role model teaches you that being brave is not about being special or perfect. It's about making the choice to keep moving forward, step by step, day after day. Courage is not a one-time event. It's a habit built by taking action again and again, even when you feel scared. When you face a moment of fear or hesitation, ask yourself, what would my role model do right now? This simple question can be a powerful tool. It helps you shift your focus from your fear to the example of courage you admire. It pushes you to step forward instead of hiding. Your role model doesn't have to be perfect or famous. In fact, it helps that there are real people who also made mistakes and faced failures. Knowing that someone you look up to struggled and sometimes fell down shows you that courage is not about never failing. It's about rising every time you fall. Every successful person has faced failure, rejection, or fear, but they kept going. When you understand this, fear loses its power. You see that courage is something you can develop, not something you're born with. Having a role model also reminds you that courage can take many forms. It might be loud and bold, or quiet and steady. Some role models inspire through big actions, while others show bravery in small daily choices. Find a role model whose courage speaks to you personally. Watch their interviews, read their stories, or talk to them if you can. Learn from how they handle fear and setbacks. Let their example give you hope and strength when you feel weak. Whenever you feel stuck or afraid, remember that your role model was once in your shoes. They had to learn how to be brave. Just like you, by following their example, you remind yourself that courage is a skill you can grow. You are not alone in your struggles, and you can overcome your fears by acting as they did. In the end, finding a role model of courage is about connection. It connects you to a tradition of bravery that stretches back through history and reaches into your own life. It helps you believe that you, too, can face your fears and grow stronger. So choose a role model, learn from their journey, and when fear tries to stop you, ask yourself, what would they do? Let their courage guide your next step outside your comfort zone. Rule 11. Turn what if into even if. Many people stay stuck inside their comfort zones because of a simple but powerful question that holds them back. What if? What if I fail? What if they laugh at me? What if I look foolish? These what if questions keep your mind trapped in fear and doubt. They paint a picture of worst-case scenarios and make your brain focus on what could go wrong. This way of thinking creates a mental block that stops you from taking action, even when you really want to grow. But here's the good news. You can change the way you ask yourself questions, and by doing so, change the way you feel and act. Instead of letting what control you, turn the question around into even if. Instead of asking, what if I fail, ask, even if I fail, can I still learn something? Instead of what if they laugh, try asking, even if they laugh, can I still keep moving forward? This small change in your thinking shifts your mind from fear and doubt to strength and possibility. It gives you power instead of holding you back. Life will never promise you complete safety or certainty. You will always face risks, challenges, and moments of discomfort. But you can promise yourself something even more important, that no matter what happens, you will not give up. Even if you fail, you will stand up again. Even if it hurts, you will heal and keep trying. This mindset turns fear from a wall blocking your path into fuel that pushes you forward. When you use even if thinking, you prepare yourself for all outcomes, not just the good ones. This preparation reduces fear because your brain no longer worries about only the worst case. Instead, it knows that whatever happens, you have the strength to handle it. This confidence makes it easier to take brave steps and face new challenges. Think about someone learning to ride a bike. The child asks, "What if I fall?" But a wise coach or parent might say, "Even if you fall, you'll get up and try again." This knowledge gives a child courage to keep going. The same is true for you. Knowing that you can keep going even if things don't go perfectly gives you the courage to act. This shift in mindset also helps you grow from failure instead of fearing it. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of success. When you say, "Even if I fail, I will learn," you open the door to growth. You stop seeing failure as a disaster and start seeing it as a teacher. This change frees you to try more things and learn faster. So the next time your mind asks, "What if?" answer back with "even if." Even if you feel scared, take the step. Even if you don't succeed at first, keep trying. Even if others judge you, keep moving forward. This simple mental shift will give you strength, reduce fear, and help you break free from your comfort zone again and again. By turning what if into even if, you turn fear into fuel, and that fuel will carry you toward your greatest growth. Rule 12. Use your body to change your mind. Your body and mind are deeply connected in ways you might not always notice. When you feel nervous or scared, your body naturally reacts. It tightens up, your shoulders hunch forward, your breathing becomes quick and shallow, and your voice may become quiet or shaky. These physical signs send signals to your brain that danger is near. This makes your fear feel even bigger and more real. But here's the powerful truth. You can flip this connection. You can use your body to send a message of strength and confidence to your mind. When you do, your feelings of fear begin to shrink and courage grows. Think about how you stand or sit when you feel strong and confident. You probably stand tall with your chest open and your shoulders back. You breathe deeply and steadily. You may even smile or hold your head high. These physical actions send a clear message to your brain. I am safe. I am ready. I am strong. Even if you don't feel confident at first, making your body show confidence helps your mind catch up. Your brain notices your body language and adjusts your emotions. This is a simple but powerful way to change how you feel from the inside out. Before you do something that scares you, whether it's speaking up at a meeting, meeting new people, or trying something new, take 60 seconds to focus on your body. Stand up straight and roll your shoulders back. Take deep, slow breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Relax your face and smile, even if it feels a little forced at first. This small physical shift helps calm your nervous system and sends your brain a message that you are in control. It can reduce your feelings of anxiety and make the next step feel more manageable. Research shows that body language affects your brain chemistry. When you hold a powerful posture, your brain releases hormones like testosterone that boost confidence and reduce stress hormones like cortisol. This means that simply standing like a confident person can make you actually feel more confident. This is why athletes often do power poses before big games and why public speakers practice their stance before going on stage. You can use the same strategy anytime you face fear or discomfort. The great thing about this rule is that it is simple and fast. It only takes a minute to change your posture and breathing, but the effects can last much longer. This small habit builds courage over time. Each time you practice using your body to signal confidence, your brain learns that fear does not have to control you. You build a new habit of bravery. So next time fear tries to hold you back, don't just wait for your feelings to change. Change your body first. Stand tall, breathe deeply and smile. Use your body to tell your brain that you are ready to face a challenge. This physical signal will help your mind follow with courage, making it easier for you to break free from your comfort zone and take bold action. Remember, courage starts not only in the mind, but also in the body. Use both to become stronger every day. Rule 13, make discomfort your daily teacher. Every time you step outside your comfort zone, it is not just a challenge, it is a lesson. Discomfort has a powerful role in your growth if you allow it to teach you. When you face something new and difficult, you may feel fear, frustration, or even fail. But each of these experiences holds valuable knowledge. Even if you stumble, you learn what to do differently next time. Even if you don't succeed right away, you gain important insights about yourself and your journey. When you start to see discomfort as your daily teacher, you shift your mindset from fear and resistance to curiosity and growth. Learning to embrace discomfort as a teacher means understanding that growth does not come from avoiding challenges, but from meeting them head on. Each time you push yourself, you collect information: what worked, what and how you felt, and what held you back. This information is a gift because it guides your next steps and makes you stronger and wiser. Instead of seeing failure as a problem, you begin to see it as part of the learning process. This helps you develop resilience and patience. You start to value the journey, not just the destination. One practical way to deepen this learning is to write down each lesson you learn. After every uncomfortable moment, take a few minutes to reflect. What did this experience teach you? What did you discover about your fears, your strengths, or your habits? Writing your lessons helps you remember them and see patterns over time. It also encourages a positive attitude toward discomfort, turning difficult moments into opportunities for growth. At the end of each week, take time to review your notes. When you look back, you may be surprised at how much progress you've made, even if it didn't feel obvious day by day. You will notice how discomfort has shaped your growth and how you are becoming more skilled at handling challenges. This weekly review helps you stay motivated and committed to stepping outside your comfort zone regularly. The goal of making discomfort your teacher is not to live without fear, mistakes, or setbacks. These will always be part of life. Instead, the goal is to become someone who learns and improves from every experience, even the painful ones. This mindset makes you stronger, more adaptable, and ready to face whatever comes your way. Remember, discomfort is not the enemy. It is your guide. It signals where you can grow and invites you to become more than you were before. When you make discomfort your daily teacher, you transform fear into wisdom, mistakes into lessons, and challenges into stepping stones. This practice will help you build a life of courage, learning, and continuous growth. Final thoughts. The real power of 60 seconds. In life, there are moments when everything can change in an instant. Sometimes, just 1 minute of courage is all it takes to open a door you never noticed before. 1 minute can start a new chapter in your life, filled with growth, opportunity, and success. This doesn't mean fear disappears. Fear may still be there, quietly waiting, but what changes is that you stop letting fear control your decisions. You decide to act anyway. That decision is powerful beyond words. Your comfort zone feels safe because it's familiar, but it quietly keeps your world small, limited to what you already know. The real magic happens outside that zone where new friendships form, new skills develop, and new dreams become possible. Growth lives there. Confidence lives there. The life you truly want lives there. It's waiting for you, just beyond the edge of fear and doubt. Whenever fear whispers to you, remember the simple rule. Count down from 5 and move. When doubt tries to stop you, remind yourself why stepping forward matters. When you stumble or fail, pause, learn, and try again. Make these actions your daily practice. Courage is not something that suddenly appears. It is something you create moment by moment, choice by choice. Your next decision right now could be the first step toward a braver, bigger life. And that step only takes 60 seconds. No excuses. You don't need perfect conditions or all the answers. You just need to start. This is your moment to break your comfort zone 1 minute at a time. If you want to keep growing with powerful, practical motivation like this, make sure to subscribe to English Achieve. Together, we'll keep taking those 60-second steps toward the life you deserve.